Yo diggity. All right. So this video, first of all this information, I've already gone over. So if it's a repeat for some of you, I apologize. However, there is nothing wrong with being reminded, right? I sometimes go back and refamiliarize myself with things that I think I know, which, remind me of, I'm not mindful of every single thing all the time. And that's okay. We do our best and we stay accountable to ourselves. So I also realize that there's so much information there, getting deleted so many times and little pop-ups in different places and stuff. It's finally all coming to one place. So I realize that that's hard for anyone to do. So my intention is to just kind of get that information out there, answer the most questions I can in one video, and then I only have to say these things once, because, I don't have the time to answer questions like this more than once. I get questions like this all the time in the health group, in my pages, or so-and-so has cancer, what do they do, or and really, when it comes down to that, if you're the one looking how they can heal themselves, they might not want it as much as you do. So I've made that mistake multiple times in my life, caring more about somebody else's health than they did. So nobody made me heal, right? Nobody, it was a desire that I had. And truthfully, it was in desperation because I had nowhere else to go. I didn't even know all these things I lived were freaking possible. I came from the same programming you did. I came from the same schools you did. Okay? The same news channels, the same presidents, the same healthcare, the same everything. Okay? So, if I had cancer, and the reality is, what I'm about to share with you is how I live my life daily. I'm not waiting to be stricken with disease anymore, right? Because really the only cure is prevention. And what is curing really anyways, right? We're curing beef jerky. That's kind of what radiation does, right? But healing is way different, okay? So, and as far as my health history, I was diagnosed with cancer or pre-cancer, and I was so young and dumb and listened to every single thing they said. I was in and out of hospitals from the time I was a child. So I thought they were my best friends. I thought that I was special and they were caring for me. And I was just so blessed. I had all these people that cared for me, right? And then there comes a time when you get tired of being fucking sick and tired, right? I know, cliche, but really, that's what it takes. Nobody can make you heal. You can't make anyone else heal. I can't make anyone heal. All I can do is provide what I have learned along my way in hopes that others who are seeking are ready to make those changes. So, in relation to the question, if I had cancer, what would I do? This goes for every single dis-ease, okay? And it's what you have to understand first, and especially for those of you who are considering me as your coach. Number one, I demand accountability, okay? Number two, you can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me. Number three, don't even waste my time if you are not 100% sure. I'll refund your money in a heartbeat. I don't care. It's not about the money. The only reason I charge money is because people only value what they pay for. And I learned that hard lesson by giving everything away for a decade, and it got me fucking homeless with a bunch of people who didn't believe in authenticity and self-accountability to join in. Yeah, and thanks to those of you who took part in my crucifixion, who pop on my channel and try to act like, oh, it's so good to see you. How are you? All right. So anyways, It's snow day, so I might be talking a lot of shit. And given by how it looks out there, it might be more than just a snow day. So, all right, if I had cancer or any other dis-ease, okay? And back when I was diagnosed with this stuff, I didn't even know that things like pre-cancer, pre-diabetes, I didn't know that was all fake. I believed everything they told me, just like you, okay? So stop beating yourself up over it. It's not your fault. There's nothing you can do about it. All you can do, again, it's blame versus self-responsibility. Now that you know, what are you going to do with it? All right, so I guess the best way to answer this question is tell you what I do. First of all, if you are diagnosed with anything, okay, number one, ask yourself how you felt when you walked into the doctor, and then how you feel after you get the diagnosis. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I know a lot of people that go to the doctor, they feel fine, and they take some blood test, and the doctor says something, and then all of a sudden they don't feel good. And then they go take pills which further damage them, and onward with that cycle. They think, oh, well, it was going to happen anyways. And, they don't realize that the symptoms they are experiencing are because of the drug. So, number one, assess how you felt. And does this even feel right? Right? I know a lot of perfectly healthy people, they go in and they're like, oh, you're going to die of breast cancer. Oh my God, chop my boobies off, radiate me, whatever. That fear thing kicks in and all of a sudden they don't feel good. All right, so there's that. Number two, get a second or third opinion, okay? But above all else, trust yourself, your own gut, your intuition about what they're telling you. Now, in most cases, you probably could use a lifestyle change, right? So instead of getting scared and, oh, you have a diabetes, you need to take this. Say, oh, well, wait, what causes diabetes? Assess your diet, right? Assess your lifestyle and see what you're doing that could be causing it. So when people come to me and they're like, oh, what can I take for this? What can I take for that? It's like, dude, you don't need to take anything. You need to stop taking something. You need to take something away. The thing or things away that are causing your issue, right? Cause and effect. This shit doesn't just happen. Dis-ease does not just happen. Okay? It comes from a long ass life, right? How many years you been alive? All right. That many years of wrong beliefs, okay? We've been led, and that's not like, dude, don't beat yourself up. Dude, I was wrong about every single fucking thing, okay? But it takes that, the willingness to admit that you might not know everything. You may have been misled, okay? So once you get to that point, assess yourself. Even if you don't have a health coach or something like that, you can do it on your own, like I did, okay? Even while homeless. Assess yourself. Check yourself, yo, right? Write your fucking diet. Every single thing you put in your mouth, write it down. Look at it a week or two later. Look at your habits. Not in a way to judge, but in a way to say, all right, well, this could be not helping, right? This could be causing inflammation. Maybe we should eliminate that and see what happens before we ever decide to even put anything new in our body to begin with, right? And I got a problem with most holistic health healers and naturopaths and stuff. They're just like Western medicine, right? And they just want to prescribe things and take this and take that and do. And yeah, our body needs help, right? After 40 or more years of poisoning, even if it's only 30, even if it's only 20, even if it's only 10. All right? Come on. Okay? It demands a lifestyle change, not, oh, what can I take? And here's the thing, and I'm going to talk to you about this. Like, you know that cannabis helped me get out of a wheelchair and start fucking walking and taking care of myself while I was homeless. Okay? I was taking the paste every night. Well, guess what? I haven't taken it for like 8 months now. Why? Because I don't need it. Because you're not supposed to be addicted to any of these things. And I'm not saying that taking a medicine every day for 6 months or a year or even 2 years is an addiction, but a lot of people try to promote supplements and things as a lifestyle. Now, for me, my lifestyle, and if I had cancer or anything else like that, I would take this, and I have been taking Modifilan since 2007, okay? It's what got me out of a wheelchair before I knew about juicing, before I knew about essential oils, emotional healing, everything I know today, okay? I did not know that. I was just like you. I was eating fucking burritos and steak and energy drinks, and oh, why do I feel like shit? Taking fucking shots, taking pills. Right? Okay? So, Modifilan, dude. I'm not gonna, like, really, this isn't a sales pitch, but I do sell it, and it is on my website at mytruessence.net, and I would just go there and search Modifilan, and there's pages and pages about it, and so investigate it. But there's, like, over 1,500 published reports on PubMed.gov. And if that is not your favorite fucking book, then you really don't care about your health, right? Because if you do, the whole, oh, I've tried everything. No, you haven't. I learn new things every freaking day. Have you tried yuzu yet? Have you tried white ginger lily yet? Have you tried magnolia, flower leaf and bark? Have you? Do you have an arsenal like that? Don't tell me you've tried everything, because you haven't. And you know what? I felt that way when I got out of the hospital after my brain fucking blew up and I couldn't talk or walk. You know how I healed myself? By going back and listening to my old shows, all right? Yeah, and reminding, oh, yeah, DE, pumpkin seed, black walnut for parasites. Cool, let's do that. But again, it's more than just what you're putting in your body physically, okay? So real health, real healing, as opposed to curing, right, demands accountability not just with your physical health, also your emotional, mental, and spiritual health, okay? It demands that you go back to the original source, the original cause, which always is trauma. Now, you can be like me until I was 38 or something when I discovered, oh my God, that I was living and acting out of trauma. All these things that happened to me, yeah, they were terrible, this, that, blah, 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 but they were necessary. And I hope those of you, especially those of you with, recent diagnoses, you take this as the fight for your life. Because the only fight in life that matters is for you, your life, your livelihood, your soul, and guess what? You can't have that without health. You won't even know who you actually are or what you're even capable of until you get out of that disease mind. And you know what? You can't just like, oh, I'm going to go take something and start this for a week or 2 or a month, and oh, it's not working, fine, I give up. Dude, how long did it take you to get sick? 30 years, 40 years, 20 years, 50 years? Right? How long does it take you to get over a bad relationship? They say half the time you were in it, right? I started my very serious healing path in 2007. Okay, you can go listen to those very first shows when I was just learning that everything I thought I learned about health in school was a big fat fucking lie. Okay, here we are, 13 years later. If you look at the record, there's kind of been, it wasn't like, oh, I just did it and then I'm perfectly healthy. It's a process, and it's something that I hope you are striving for every single day. So what would I do if I was diagnosed? All right, sorry, I'm just, woo, all right. So getting back to questioning the diagnosis, right? Trusting your gut, and, don't believe anything, okay? Because beliefs are prisons. Like, there was a time I believed all the diagnoses I had. And what did that do? It made me feel hopeless. It made me feel God was punishing me. It made me feel like I have to be some fucked up dependent who, everybody makes fun of or tells me I'm lying, even worse, right? Like those of you with autoimmune, spinal, things like that people can't see, invisible illnesses, right? The people closest to you telling you you're lying. Yeah. And what sucks about it is that it's all fucking vaccine damage, right? And then we take pills for whatever, and then it gets worse. So we really need to stop that cycle. And it doesn't matter how bad off you are, you do have the power to improve at least your condition. At least. Okay? All right. So again, don't believe what they say. Go by your gut. Assess what you're actually doing and what you could do better, and then do it. Don't talk about it, dude. Don't just and if you're talking about it, do it. But more people talk than do, right? They say all these, especially fucking fake book and stuff like that, and I do that, and then you go to their house and you're like, huh, really? Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Because guess what? If you're not authentic, that's a dis-ease in itself, right? Causes dis-ease. So, yeah, and that's part of the facets, all facets of healing. So as far as physical stuff, what would I do? I would take Modifilan, absolutely. I would first go to pubmed.gov, right? Type Facoidin. Go read that shit on my site, mytrueessence.net. Look at my channel. See the before and after pictures, listen to the old shows or other people that it's helped, etc. Research it and freaking take it. And if I was diagnosed with cancer today, I would work my way up to 3 to 12 pills, starting at 3. What else would I do? I would start juicing right now. And I get it. You're busy. You don't have time to do it every day. That's fine. Don't let the perfect health gurus scare you and say, oh, you have to do it every day or all the enzymes are lost and you ruin. Dude, juice for the fucking week ahead, right? Do it. The thing is that you're doing it and you're doing something. And even if all the nutrients are lost, which is total fucking bullshit, but let's say they are, it's still better than drinking what you were drinking before you were drinking the juice, right? And when it comes to juice, look, sugar feeds cancer and inflammation, all other disease, right? And all pain is caused by inflammation. So any type of dis-ease or pain you have to assess your diet and say, what am I doing that's causing inflammation? So obviously, sugar, that's a real big one, okay? So, and I know people argue, well, fruit sugars are better than other sugars, and that's great. That's fine. I'm telling you what I would do. I would have some fruit, not all fruit. And I've gone through those phases where I'm just like, oh, dude, grapes, pineapple, watermelon. Dude, it's sweet potato. Oh, it's fucking delicious, okay? Great. Oh, man. But it did not serve me well. So I would suggest mostly vegetables, okay? Like my standard, carrot, apple, lemon, ginger. Okay, so you have a little bit of fruit, the apple. Okay, the carrots are already sweet. If you have more money or the season allows, then add frickin' cucumbers, beets, celery, depending on what kind of juicer you have. I have the centrifugal, the fast moving kind, so I can't do a lot of greens, right? I have to do big ones. And yeah, so whatever. If that's all you have, that's all you have. Do your best, okay? Any motion you make forward, your body, your soul is going to thank you. They're going to applaud you on the way. And the more you do, the more confidence you're going to have to do more. And that's what it's about. Rebuilding faith in yourself. Okay, so what else would I do? I would start juicing right away. I would also start taking that tea. I even have I think it's on my ChristieAphrodite.com. Drink this every day and never be sick. It's right here on YouTube too. That's my number one tea and number one juice that I recommend that I drink every day. Okay, and that you really should be too, or at least striving for it, right? Yeah, honestly, we shouldn't be drinking anything out of a can or a bottle. Okay? I do. I use cream sometimes for my coffee when I'm too lazy to fucking, or snowed in or whatever, can't get cashew, or homeless, right? And didn't have the ability to do those things. So you do the best you can, right? So, okay. Yeah. So the teas, what do I drink? Dandelion, red clover, alfalfa, nettles. You know, you can add other things in there if you want, but even if you just do dandelion, clover, nettles, right? You're going to be a million times better. If you want to find out about the power of nettles, again, or dandelion, or red clover, and their cancer-fighting abilities, and many other things, anti-inflammatories, go to pubmed.gov. Urtica dioica, whatever, D-I-O-I-C-A, okay? That's the, whatever, the binomial name for, scientific name for nettles, okay? Just read about them on my sites. Whatever. Go do it. They're in most of your yards for free, and if they're not, Google it, or whatever, Brave it, or DuckDuckGo it. Mountain Rose Herbs is a great just solid source, okay? And I'm not advertising for anybody. I don't make money for anybody. I'm just put that out there for people who truly, really have no idea where to go. I will say this, don't be buying your fucking herbs on Amazon. Don't buy your herbs. Don't buy your essential oils. And stay away from multi-marketing companies, okay? There's plenty of evidence out there, no matter how loyal you are to that poisoned brand. Just like Coca-Cola, you were attached to that too at one time. So, you know, look around. I get my oils and stuff from all different sources all over the world. Taiwan, India, Greece, Bulgaria, South America, like also. Okay, so you find what's the best for you. But about supporting things like Amazon, and you know, people can lie, number one. There's no accountability, number two. And you're supporting who? What? Big business, slave-owning corporations. And if you don't think that in itself affects your health, where you spend your dollars, come on, dude. The more money you give them, the more money they have to poison you. Okay, and then you go and complain about the results of that poison, and oh, stop doing that. How do you get him to stop doing it? Stop giving him your money, right? Okay, so what I would do if I had cancer or any other disease, my juice, it's not my juice, I call it my juice because I'm attached to it because I've been drinking it for over a decade, and we've all seen the benefits, okay? The tea, all right, and I'm just scratching the surface. Add more, investigate more. By no means stop here. This is not every single thing, okay? I would definitely introduce essential oils into my life. Definitely. Especially essential oils of black cumin, essential oils of nettles, essential oils of magnolia, essential oils of ambret seed, or, I mean, there's so many, frankincense, sandalwood, rose, carnations. Guess what? If you're looking for this information, I post these PubMed links daily on My True Essence on Facebook, Nature Heals All on Facebook, and in the group, Extreme Healing for Warriors. Okay? If I post a kitty photo, I get 70 likes. When I post these, I get maybe 1 or 2. But then I get multiple emails saying, hey, how do I cure this? Bitch, read the fucking shit, right? I'm not everybody's personal servant. I have to take care of myself, right? That's the whole thing about health, right? You have to care about yourself. Because the truth is, hardly anybody actually does. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you'll take your health back, right? Yeah, I talked about that and can we heal with a safety net? When I had a safety net, I was sick all the time. Why? Because they were re-cementing my illness and letting me know it's okay to not have to strive for more. And cementing the fact that doubting what they were saying was obviously proof of my delusion. Yeah, so, yeah. And in regards to that, again, this isn't something you have to take, right? As far as physically or a pill or a juice or this and that, you need to get rid of everyone in your life that is holding you back on any level. Even it's the, oh, I just care about you. Are you okay? You should go see a psychologist. Yeah. Oh, I just want you to be happy. That's just, right? Get rid of them. Anyone who's trying to limit you, silence you, censor you, anyone who you have to walk on eggshells around, get away. Anyone who doubts your abilities, anyone who puts down your dreams or limits your dreams, even if it's from your loving grandma, right? Oh, yeah, that's just a fantasy, or, that's just for those people, or why do you dream so big, or whatever. Get away from that. Don't let other people's wrong perceptions limit you, right? Because ultimately and above all, any information I can give you about health means nothing, right? As far as the right foods, the right herbs, the right everything to take, it all boils down to you and your belief in yourself. That's what this takes. You have to believe yourself more than everyone else who's buying into the lies of the disease, the poison, the pharmaceutical companies, right? That's the hardest part, honestly, because we're all designed to want a daddy, right? Want a parent, somebody to tell us what's right. That's why we seek out experts. That's why we read books. That's why we go to school. That's why we go to our parents and our grandparents or our friends' parents, right? That's why we go to politicians. That's why we go to the news. That's why we go to scientific journals, right? For the answers. Well, when you find out that all of them were wrong, who do you have to rely on? No one but you. Yeah. And you have to realize that all these years, I put my faith into all of these things that led me wrong. You can either keep doing the same thing because it's comfortable, or you can step out and find another way. A healthy person steps out and finds another way. And about your health, let me tell you something. If all you're doing is beating up your body, when's the last time you thanked it? When's the last time you thanked it or Mother Earth for tolerating your abuse and still giving back, still allowing you to work 16-hour days on your feet, or even 8? Or, when do you thank your body? When do you thank your heart for beating? Yeah. Or all those chemicals in your brain that are being, if you're nourishing it properly, being released at perfect time, right? A whole fucking pharmacy in our brain. Dopamine, serotonin, we have our ayahuasca, right? Or DMT, right? That's all in our brain. It's there for a reason. Yeah. Sometimes we need a little help. The only reason we're sick in the first place is because of our disconnection from our true self, our disconnection from nature. And guess what, buddy? We are nature, okay? So, yeah, that's why you need to go back to nature for healing, not just her herbs, right? Get out there. The air, the water, the trees, pick a fucking apple off a tree. You know what I mean? And give thanks. Yeah. Give thanks. Give thanks for what you do have. Okay, your back hurts, but give thanks that your legs are still moving. Give thanks that your mouth can still produce coherent words. Give thanks that you can see, right? And when a pain comes up, stop fucking fighting it. Okay, it's there for a reason, like the check engine light on your car. It's not there to punish you, okay, and it's not there for no reason. It is there to say, warning, look over here, okay? Despite the abuse Mother Nature keeps giving, despite the abuse of our own fucking bodies, they still keep giving. Unless you're in a fucking coma, right? So try giving thanks for what you do have, for what your body has been giving to you, right? For so long, without that respect, without that gratitude. Yeah, think about that. Think of how you feel when people don't have gratitude or give, right? For your worth or for your constantly providing. Yeah. Give that back to everyone that you didn't give it back to before. Okay, so what else would I do? No processed food. Duh. No processed food. Like, no processed food. It's not even food at all, okay? And that doesn't mean that if you have a processed something, a road trip or whatever, life happens, right? Don't beat yourself up. It's not the end of the world, but at least buy it consciously, right? There's processed foods with 4 ingredients: dates, coconut, peanut butter, and cacao, right? And then there's processed food that contain 12 different chemicals that are supporting who? The chemical, pharmaceutical corporations making you sick to begin with, that's providing the fucking cure that you can't afford because you're fucking sick. Right? Think about it. This is really, I don't even need to give you any diet advice at all. If you want to be healthy, look at every dollar you spend. Where is it going? Are you supporting chocolate slavery? Are you supporting Nestle and all of their poison? Are you supporting Monsanto, glyphosate, benzene, and your fucking, aspartame and all this crap, right? If you cannot pronounce the ingredients, I've said this forever, you should not be putting it in your mouth. That's how I won the war with my children of being in the checkout line all the time. Mom, can I have this? Mom, can I have this? Da, da, da. So instead of saying no and then getting in a fight all the time, I started saying, yes, yeah, you can have it if you can pronounce all the ingredients. So then it would turn into a test or like a game, right? And so then they'd write it down or whatever. They'd try real hard. They couldn't do it. Then they'd go home. They'd look up the ingredient, find out what it is, and then decide that they don't want it. Why can't you do that? Why are you still supporting the exact same people you bitch about? You bitch about war, you bitch about politicians, you bitch about slavery, you bitch about fucking human trafficking, you bitch about all these things, but you're supporting them with your hard-earned dollars. The only thing you need to fucking be healthy is think about every single dollar you spend. What are you supporting? Who are you supporting? Yeah, so you might have to drive a little extra to go to the farm stand or whatever. I've done it for over a decade. Why? Because that's what I believe in. That's the world that I want to create. I don't want to see a fucking Walmart on every corner, okay? If you do, keep supporting that, but I don't want to hear you bitch about the consequence, okay? You got to look at the big picture here. You're not going to be healthy when you're always thinking about instant gratification, instant frivolous satisfaction, okay? Not anywhere in your life. Long game, big picture, right? What are you supporting? You can't say one thing and do another. And if you're saying I'm anti-war or I'm pro-medical freedom, and then you're supporting those politicians or you're supporting those food companies that, by the way, were all created by the CIA. Yeah, Pepsi, Nestle, all this shit, dude. By the way, I suggested that PubMed.gov should be your favorite book if you want to get healthy. Also, make CIA.gov, the FOIA records. Make that your second favorite book. Yeah, because once you find out, if you're not pissed and you don't use that disgust to make better choices, you totally deserve what's coming. Yeah. There's all this information. I didn't have this information when I started on my path to wellness, okay? There were no support groups. There were no, public speakers. Oh, you can heal the. Nurse Olivia told me I could get better. I believed her. I chose that over the alternative. I wanted to be able to feed and clothe myself and support my own damn children, okay? And then I fought for it. That's what you need to do. This is your life. Without your health, you have nothing. Without your health, you can't even make fucking clear decisions. Yeah, all pills kill. I made that hashtag for a reason because it's true. And the problem is once you're on them, you don't even know. I've talked about how I was when I was on pills. I am not the same person. And it took years to detox from all those years of poison. No, it's not easy, but it's worth it. And you have to realize it's okay. It's not your fault. You can still change things now. What else did I do? Modifiland, juice, tea. Okay, there's things that'll help, like diatomaceous earth, okay? I love to put that in my water. If you're super toxic, get some fucking charcoal. Like, these are very super cheap, inexpensive things, right? Yeah. If you stop buying processed food, that's everything right there. Replace everything unnatural with something natural. Replace the middleman in every area of your life, right? Even if you're working for a temp agency. Go get your own damn job. Stop paying middlemen, right? In every area. Same with yourself. And you don't have to be perfect. And you definitely don't have to beat yourself up for not being perfect. Guilt, shame, things like that. You think your cells don't hold on to that? Right? I think most of you are familiar with Masaru Emoto and the water experiments, or Dr. B and the water cure, but focus on the water experiments and the snowflakes and the crystals and the I love you water or jars, and then the I hate you, and then the ones with no attention. Remember that. Your body is how much water? 70, 80, whoever, anyone wants to argue about, whatever. Same percentage as the earth. That holds on to your thoughts. Yeah. Again, so don't be around people that are going to make you think negative things about yourself or make you doubt yourself. That's number one. Really, always. Should be. It's a tough lesson, man, because you want to be the nice guy, right? Well, and especially if you're a woman, right? Just be seen and not heard, and that's unladylike, and, don't talk back to whatever. So, come on, dude. Nobody who loves you would try to silence you. Period. Your feelings are your feelings, and they are valid. They are for a reason. Don't believe anybody that tells you they're insignificant and to ignore them. Do not ignore them. Listen to every one of them and say thank you. Assess them, right? But don't discard them. And don't avoid the things you're avoiding, right? Fear causes illness, okay? Every part of our body relates to certain emotions. Again, our cells, our body holds on to it. It manifests in disease. So when you have a kidney pain or any type of pain, ask yourself, oh man, thanks for being here. I am so sorry I've been neglecting you. I've ignored you. What are you trying to tell me? What am I not listening to right now? Every pain that comes up, do that. And I promise, even if you don't have the answers, and even if you don't get the answers for 10 more years, simply the process of doing it, of asking, of being open to the fact that there is an actual cause, right? That process will help you start to get through that. So with your diet, simple. Replace everything unnatural with something natural. Fakoiden, man, I'm telling you. Yeah, check it out. It's, again, it changed my life before cannabis pays. If you are in a bad way, you're on painkillers, Try cannabis paste, right? And even use it for cancer. Hello, how many reports are there out there for cannabis? And I'm not a fan of the oils and the solvents and things like that. That's why I do the paste. It's the whole plant and coconut oil. And to me, it's more pure. Again, the closer you get to nature, the happier we'll be. What else would I do? Okay, so beverages, as I just look at my copper water bottle. I mentioned you should not be drinking anything out of a bottle or can. So that includes almost everything, right? But water or things you make at home, like that juice or your tea, which really isn't. So let me tell you how I make my tea, by the way. Bring your water to a boil, then put the herb in, and put the lid on, turn the fire off, lid on, and don't touch it till tomorrow. Okay, and if you really want some extra healing, dice up some ginger or grate it or chop it or do whatever. Stick it in that water before you bring it to the boil. Turn it off, add the herb, strain, same thing, and then squeeze some lemon later. All right. But things like garlic, cayenne, lemon, ginger, turmeric, you can buy these things in grocery stores. Most of the weeds I talk about, you can pick for fucking free in your front yard. Okay. But also be mindful where you pick. Okay. So by the side of the road or public parks where people are spraying. If you live in like a homeowners association or something, they're probably spraying, right? So if you don't know of a nice place in the country, maybe your friend does, maybe you have a friend that lives out there, go to their farm. Hey, can I pick some weeds? Right? Yeah. So implement more nature in your life and, laughter. Yeah, find things to be grateful for. There's always something to be grateful for. Remember when I made that video in freaking, 8 years ago, I guess. And I had a shower, a bathtub, a home, and I was still thinking, I don't have that much to be grateful, really, which is what prompted the video to remind, obviously, I thought of the things to be grateful for. I wouldn't have even done the damn video to begin with. But I'm just saying, there are times where we have so much and we think we don't have anything. Like there's so many people I know that have everything, that even have 3 houses, that have families, that have everything, and they're like, oh, I've lost everything. Really, dude? Some of these bitches try to tell me that while I was homeless, fucking freezing my ass off. I'm like, bye-bye. Yeah, and it's not easy to say goodbye to friends or people you love. But if you really do want to heal, you have to. You have to take your power back. The distractions, Facebook all the time, phones, turn your ringer off, dude. Turn the wireless off. Turn your damn computer off. Like, literally. Yeah, you don't have to talk to someone all the time. You don't always have to be doing something, building something, right? Like, I know people like that. Like, they think as soon as the crack of dawn comes, they have to get up and they have to go do. And really, that's what they end up with, a bunch of fucking doo-doo. Because they're running in circles and literally doing the opposite of their original goal of accomplishing something. Sometimes to accomplish more, you have to do less. You have to go in here, right? That place you're trying to avoid. How else are you going to assess yourself accurately? What, you think you're just going to go to the bathroom, look in the mirror for fucking 5 minutes and have all the answers? Like, come on, dude. Right? Yeah. I get that. Hello. Pisces rising. You think I don't want to avoid everything? And I did that for a long time. I even had new age, new cage, spiritual fucking fake gurus try to convince me that the only thing bad things were happening was because I thought about it. So I decided, oh, well, let's not think about it. Let's just avoid it and it'll all just go away, right? Yeah. By the way, if you're following any new age or actually any religion, any religion, okay? Like, I get it if you like Christ. Christ is cool. Christ didn't start Christianity. I get it if you like Buddha. Buddha's cool. Buddha did not start Buddhism, right? And go on and on and on. What do religions do? How many people have they killed? How many more wars do you want with your neighbor, right? How much more money do you think they need? In the name of God? How much money does God need? Dude, single mom, pregnant, not even with a regular job. Like, I was scrubbing fecal matter off of walls and shit. And here I am, these missionaries coming over and people inviting me to church and telling me that, you know, God will bless me if I give him 10% of my income. Even if I only made $79 in a week, I gave them 10% of my income. I did all that, dude. If I had cancer today, I would do all those things I shared with you in this video and more. I would not stop here. I would keep looking. I would look to people like myself that have healed themselves already. Not people fucking just trying to sell you shit, right? Yeah. Like, just taking an MLM or some radio hose, CBD oil, that's not going to cure shit. You got to cure your mind, really, your thinking. You have to actually get out of your fucking mind and start thinking with your heart, because your body knows. You know how I know your body knows? Because that's what pain is. When you're in pain, your body's telling you something's not right. Sometimes it's physical, not all the time. Okay? Everything that happens physically started energetically. Look at it clearly. Don't be afraid to not be perfect. Don't beat yourself up for it. And don't try to take everything on all at once. Get more rest, not less. Don't do more, do less. Take care of yourself. Be the person that you wanted your loved ones to be to you, right? So, like, if you're heartbroken, okay, like I have been most of my life, of my mommy and daddy not loving me, I had to love myself, right? So instead of expending energy over somebody else not loving you, give yourself that same love. What would you do for someone you loved if they were in that position? Do that for yourself. Make yourself a priority. I swear to God, these steps will help you heal almost anything. And here's the thing, there's no compromise. You can't just say, well, Mercury is not okay here, but it's okay here. Right? And you can't justify. Dude, pretty much almost anything fed to you by a corporation must be avoided. Even if they are signing your paycheck. If they are signing your paycheck, you're not ever going to be well. It's just, that's what you pay for the payoff, right? That's what you will pay for that payoff. Don't sell your soul, because you won't be well ever. If you have a job you hate, you have to quit. Period. Who cares where your rent's going to come from next month? It will be there if you follow your heart, right? How many creative projects have you let go because of a job you hate? How much family time have you given up because of a job you hate? And even if you're working at home. I ignored my children when I was working online. I thought that it would be better to stay home and be with them, but I wasn't with them. What about you? Right? We got to be honest. We got to assess everything, not just the stuff that allows us to blame someone else, right? And again, it's not to blame, it's blame versus self-responsibility. Once you know, what are you going to do with it? I think I'm talked out. I think I really said everything I needed to say. So it turned into if I had cancer to if I had everything else. And I'm just going to go with it. All right. Thanks for listening. And seriously, I want what I have for everyone. That's why I fucking put myself out there all these years, despite the criticism, despite the shame, the slander, the gang stalking, the censorship. Dude, seriously? Like, why would I do this if it wasn't a labor of love? Yeah. I don't want other people to suffer needlessly. I did that, right? You don't have to. You can ignore me. I don't care. Just don't complain to me, right? But if you really want to get well, do this and more. Don't stop learning here. Keep going. I'm not going to tell you every single thing there is to tell. I can't. You can't put 20 years of learning in a 50-minute video or in a 1-hour session. But I guarantee if you take these principles with you, you will heal whatever you have. It's simple. Yeah. I guess I could sum it up. Just say no to corporations. Yeah, and I know I'm always going to be censored for saying shit like that, and I'm always going to be hated, and I'm always going to be called crazy, but you know what? I'm well, and the people pointing fingers, they're not. Yeah. How many years of my past is right here on this channel? The record is very fucking clear. You want to be like the people that were complaining about the same things as me at the same time, who are now dead, right? Either dead or fucking in bed, disability, more surgeries, more pills, still complaining? You want to be that? Or you want to move forward? That's up to you. I believe in you. I know most people, they don't, here's the thing. They don't want healed people because then it reminds them that they have to take responsibility for themselves too. So most often people just want groups of other people to complain about the same things with, right? To keep enabling the same dysfunction. And I completely disagree. Like, I've been bashed for, oh my God, how dare you tell your friend to heal their kidney stone? And I'm just like, bitch, what are you talking about? I've known her 13 years. Why the fuck are you enabling her? 13 years. Like, what kind of friend would I be if I was saying, oh yeah, you should stay sick. Hey, just go take some pills and have all these unnecessary surgeries that are making you worse. Real friends don't lie. They tell you the truth, even if you're not going to like it. They're willing to risk their friendship by telling you the truth. So if you think you're my friend and you think that you can just complain to me about your illness for 13 years and still not do anything about it, well, I'm over here like, come on, guys. Ain't gonna happen. Why? Because I do love you. Why? Because I do believe in you. Yeah, even if you don't. Just like people believed in me, even when I didn't. Okay? So if somebody does believe in you and you don't know why, go find out. That's what I had to do. Yeah. So if someone else believes in you, even though you still don't, go find out what they see in you. Yeah. All right. Take care.